Hello and welcome to the premiere video for Mr. Cheekbones. Now, and that just so happens to be me. So, there's going to be 3 basic questions that you guys are asking about me right now. You know, knowing that this is the first time you're seeing me probably, and that's, why are you on this YouTube thing ruining my life with your horrible face? And, okay, I'll answer that for you, but it just so happens that about 3 mystically long months ago, my beautiful little sister, Bridget, introduced me to this magical thing called You Now. And at first, it was just fun and games for me. But not long after, I started to meet people who were going through things in their life who had problems. And me, myself, going through problems. You know, and as we discussed things with each other, I felt like I could help them in some sort of way, or they could help me, and a lot of times they did help me. They helped me through a lot of struggles that I was going through, depression, anxiety, you know, all this stuff that a lot of people in my own life don't know I have. And then, as the time progressed, they'd say, Devin, when are you coming back? I need you. You helped me. Yeah, I miss you. And I'd sit there and I'd talk to them, and I'd try to give them advice. I try to be the person that they needed, and they'd say, I'm sure a lot of times they were lying. They were like, oh, you helped me out. You know, you made me feel so much better than I did before, or your advice actually worked. And now I'm not bragging on myself. I'm not saying I'm a great person. But if I could be there to give some sort of a little bit of a glimmer of hope in somebody's life, or help them out with something that they need, I want to be able to do that in whatever way possible. And a lot of them requested that I create a YouTube channel, which I'm trying to do right now. By the way, shout out to Sarah and Kyle. You two will know who you are when you watch this video. Love you guys. Now, number 2 question that you guys are probably thinking to yourselves. It's probably number 1. It's like, Mr. Cheekbones, really? Or, hey, that's a nifty little name. Where'd you come up with that? But more than likely, it's, really? Mr. Cheekbones? What a douchebag. And you guys, I'm sorry to admit, Mr. Cheekbones was not my first choice. It's actually kind of an accident that I've been stuck with since the Twitter incident. And the Twitter incident, I'm referring to my precious little baby doll, Miss Alyssa, who you guys will meet, who has way more fans than me on Twitter that I could ever hope to have. And I said, hey, Alyssa, I'll follow you on Twitter, but you get to be my only follower, because it's the first time I ever created a Twitter, and I still don't even know how Twitters work, to be honest with you. I just have it for her. Anyway, so she was like, no, I can't follow you back. You know, I gotta keep my whatever following ratio in a certain way. I'm like, but what if I have a super silly name? She's like, oh, really? I was like, I was thinking about Mr. Cheekbones. And she said, oh, well, if you have Mr. Cheekbones, then I guess I'll have to follow you, because that name is just so retarded. And I was like, alright. So then, not long after, like I said, I created a You Now, and it just carried over. And before I realized, people were calling me Mr. Cheekbones. And I'm like, really? Really? I've introduced myself to the world as Mr. Cheekbones! But it stuck. So I'm here with Mr. Cheekbones, and I'm proud of it, because a lot of people know me by that, and that's what they like to call me by. So guess what? It's what I'm sticking with. And 3rd question, which I'm sure it hasn't popped up in anybody's head, but I like to cover it anyway. You see these pretty little blue walls right behind me? It's my little sister's room. I always video record in my little sister's room for everything. Everything that I do. Because, you know, oh yeah, and I'm barefoot, by the way, in dress pants and a bow tie, so can you say, fabulous. But, yeah, I do everything in here because my room's kind of crap, and I live in and out of here in my aunt's house in Macon, Georgia, because I work selling cars, so it's always a long way back and forth. But, yeah, so, just in case you were wondering where I'm located, it's in my baby sister's room, who is a great little girl, and I love her to death, and I have 3 of those, by the way. But,
Dad,
what?
your nanny wants you.
Okay, bye. Sorry about that, you guys. I was slightly interrupted by my family. But yeah, so that's about it. And, so if you guys like my video, and you want to see more of me, please subscribe, and like down below and leave comments, because I'll be more than happy to respond to those in the next video or videos down the road. I want to do something for the people who watch. Alright? Thank you guys, and see you later. And this has been Mr.